Today we are going to embed our Jquery and we are going to create our JavaScript, one external JavaScript file, because we are going to create our script, or we are going to write our script inside our external file, and we are going to embed our Jquery and JavaScript, which is our external file, inside our HTML content or inside our view. So first of all, we have to embed our Jquery. So that's why, because we are going to call our ajax request, because we are going to call, or we are going to create our ajax request, or we are going to perform our ajax request using Jquery. So before starting this course, you must familiar with Jquery, JavaScript, and Codeigniter 3.x. Make sure what is the 3.x. Make sure we are using 3.1.6 Codeigniter version while I'm recording this course. So go to your Google, because Google is the king. So go to your Google and write the Jquery CDN. Make sure Jquery CDN. You can also download the file, and you can keep that file inside your XYZ directory, or whatever directory you want to keep this Jquery file. But I am going to embed CDN. So here is the uncompressed version, minified version, slim or slim minified. So these are the, and make sure the Jquery version is a 3.2.1. So here is the Jquery 2 or Jquery 1. So these are the different versions of the Jquery. So I am saying, then please embed the minified version. So you can see they are giving you some code. Just copy that code, and you can embed this code inside your view. We have not created our view, so go to your application folder. Make sure go to your application folder, and in the application folder, inside the view folder, right click on the view, create your new file. Make sure I'm not saying class. So whenever I say class, so that means we are going to create our class. And whenever I say that the file, so that means that is a simple file, or I'm talking about simple file. So I'm saying this is my home file. So make sure I am going to create our I'm going to create my home view, and I'm going to keep this file or this view inside my view folder. Hit the enter button. So now you can see we have just created our view, which is home.php. So now make sure I have to write something like this, and make sure how can. So here is my code. I am saying title crud in ajax. So now we are going to embed our Jquery in here. Okay, now go to your copy this bad boy and paste this bad boy. Okay, why it's not copying? So make sure copy like this, Control C, go to your view, Control V. So now we have successfully embedded our Jquery in our script. How can you check either it's working or not? I'm saying script, and I'm saying script close. I'm saying alert. So now alert. So I'm saying working. So go to your root directory, hit the submit button. So I have, oh sorry, we have not loaded our view inside our CRUD. So go to your controller, make sure you must load the view before starting. So how can you load your view? Because I consider that you have the basic knowledge of Codeigniter, so that's why I am not going to tell you how can you load your view. So I'm just telling you how can you load your view. So this load, I'm saying view. So which view? I'm saying home, which we have just created. Go to your root directory. So now it's saying working. So that's why we have successfully embedded our Jquery. Close your other files, and so close your config, close your autoload file. So now we have the CRUD.php controller or CRUD class or CRUD controller. We have just loaded our view, and here is which view. I'm saying home view, so no need to write the .php. This is the basic. Okay, so go to your home, and you can see we have successfully embedded our script. So how can we create our file? So go, I'm saying I'm creating my assets folder inside my root directory. So go to right click and create new directory. I'm saying assets. In the assets, so you can see we have just created our assets directory inside our root folder. So which is the root folder? CRUD ajax. Make sure all letters are capitals. CRUD ajax is the root directory where we can keep our Codeigniter setup, our all Codeigniter setup which we have downloaded, and we keep those files inside this directory. And make sure I have installed my XAMPP inside my C directory. So that's why I have a htdocs, because I am a XAMPP user, and I keep that folder inside the htdocs folder. Okay, so now we have just created assets. So go to the assets folder. You can see we are on the assets folder. Right click on the assets folder and just create a new directory inside the assets folder. So now I'm saying JS. So here is the JS. So hit the assets, open the assets folder. So here is your JS folder, and inside the JS folder create a JS JavaScript file. So I'm saying that custom, because it's a custom file. I'm saying custom is the name of this file. So now we have just created our custom.js file, and we keep this file inside our JS folder, which is in the assets folder, and the assets folder is available on the root directory. Okay, so now it's fine, it's working fine. How can you check either it's working or not? You can just create your console.log. Okay, so what is the console.log? We can print our some string or our data using console. So now we are going to embed our JavaScript file below the Jquery file. Make sure you must embed your Jquery file at the top of your content, and you must keep your custom JS file below the Jquery. So now I am saying a script. So here is your script. So where is the source code? I'm saying site URL. Make sure we set the URL helper to auto load. So that's why we are calling here. So a site URL. I'm saying no, not site URL, base URL, because we are not going to call any controller. We are going to access our root directory. So base URL. So which is a base URL? I'm saying go to the root directory. So here is your root directory. So now we are on the root directory. Then I'm saying go to the assets folder. So we have assets folder, go to ajax, and I'm saying custom.js file. So you can find custom.js file inside the JS folder, and where is the JS folder? JS folder is available inside the assets folder. And where is the assets folder? I'm saying that assets folder is available inside the root directory. So where is the root directory? We have you can find the root directory because we set the root directory inside the config.php file inside the base URL. So that's why I am saying base URL and load this file. So go to your root directory, make sure click the enter button. So now you can write your h1 inside your script. I'm saying ajax is working. Make sure ajax is working. Oh, bad boy. Okay, so now ajax is working. We have just embedded our custom JS file. So now you can see it's working fine. So we are printing some data in the console. So we are on the console section. Here you can see you can debug using the console. So console saying working. If you can so custom ss file is not exist. So go to your root directory, hit the refresh button. So now it's saying custom.js is not available. So it's saying 404 not found, means custom ss file is not found. So you can debug like this. So we have successfully embedded. Just view page, go to your view page. So now we have a js file, we have our custom script. Okay, so now we have our environment. We have just created our custom file, and we have just loaded our CDN, which is a jQuery CDN. Now we have to create our form. So inside the view, I'm saying just echo form open. Make sure form open. It takes few parameter. Make sure it takes two parameters. One is action, where we are going to this form, and make sure the form is not required, because we are going to perform our CRUD operation using ajax file. So we are not going to send this data, or we are going to create data to any form. So I'm saying, so here is my echo. Okay, I'm saying that form input. So it takes few parameters. Make sure it takes 3 parameters. So how can you set these parameters? I'm saying the field name is name. Okay, and the value okay, it's fine. So you can pass the class here. I'm saying my class. Or if you are going to create or going to use more than 3 attributes, so you must pass the associative array inside the third parameters. So now in the third parameter you can pass the associative array. So how can you write the associative array? You can write the associative array like this. I'm saying that this is the class, and I'm saying what is the class name, and I'm saying this is the name. And in the second parameter, means in the array, so you can set the id like this, my id. Okay, my id. So this is enough. We are going to, so now here is your first field, and you can pass if you are saying that the placeholder, and I'm saying what is the placeholder. So I'm saying that placeholder is the enter your name. So now placeholder, go to your form, refresh the page. So now you have the basic form. So here is your form. So we have a field named form. Copy that bad boy and paste that bad boy. So now you have your form name, and I'm saying this is email, or I'm saying this is the text, and I'm saying this is the email, and I'm saying this is class is email. So here is your name, placeholder inside your email. So now you have your email, and I'm saying this is the password, or you can see copy paste, and you can set the placeholder. So I'm saying password, so p capital, and I'm saying this is the password. So what is the field name? I'm saying password. Okay, so now we have name, email, password. So which thing is missing? I'm saying because we have email, password. Go to your form, and you can find the find the structure. So here is your structure. Name, okay, ignore. I'm saying that the name, email, password, and the date. You can set the date using your okay. So now name, email, password is required. We are going to set date inside the PHP script. So now we just need a submit button. So how can you create a submit button? I'm going to create a submit button using the submit form. Submit, it takes 3 parameters, of course. So how can you define the 3 parameters? First is the field's name. I'm saying submit, and what is the value of submit? I'm saying this is the submit. You can pass the class here, or you can pass the associative array which we have just passed inside the form input fields. So I'm saying I'm just providing the string. So I'm not going to create the associative array here. I'm saying my submit. So now I have the submit button. So now go to your form and refresh the page. So now you have the name, email, password field, and a submit button. So hit the submit button. Nothing is happening because we have not calling this submit button. So how can you call this submit button? I'm saying that I'm going to write my JavaScript script inside this file. So how can you write your JavaScript inside this file? So I'm saying okay, I'm saying when the DOM is ready, document dollar, and I'm saying document dot ready, and so I can perform the callback function. So when the DOM is ready, I'm saying that when someone clicks on the ID, which ID or which class, I'm saying whenever someone someone click this class, because it's a class, so that's why we are accessing with the dot. So it's the basic. So I'm saying just alert me something. So it's saying okay, go to your form, control F5, because we are going to delete our cookies. So now it's saying read only is not defined. So what is the read only? Not read only, ready. When the DOM is ready, refresh the page. So now it's saying okay, so you can click the submit button. So now it's saying working. So now you can, first of all, you can fetch your data using these files, these fields, email, name, email, and password. How can you do that? You can say you have your class name, and I'm saying dot val, fetch the value, and copy these fields like this. So now you can create your variables name, and I'm saying create another variables which is email. I'm saying create another variable which is password. So rename these variables email and password, and you can fetch, because you have just created the email class, so you can fetch this data using email class, because email you can fetch the data, you can access the class using dot. So this is the basic. So now I'm saying password. Okay, so now you have your email name, email, and password. So now you can check, you can perform some check using the if else statement. So you can check the if else statement like this: if your name is empty, or email is also empty, and I'm saying, or the password is empty. So I'm setting we are performing, we are saying please check that or fields are required. So now, otherwise I'm saying just alert me, and I'm saying perform ajax here if the fields are not empty. So I'm showing this result inside the div. So here is your div, and I'm going to feedback. So feedback, go to your, because we have just created a class, that's why we are saying that's feedback. So now go to your root directory, refresh the page. So now you have 3 fields. Whenever you submit the file, it's saying all fields are required. If you are going to provide some informations from these 3 fields, hit the submit button. So now it's saying perform ajax operations here. So you have successfully created your form. You have performed the basic validation using Jquery or using JavaScript, and because we are going to use Jquery here. So now in the next lecture we are going to send our these 3 fields using the ajax from our Jquery, and we are going to receive these 3 values from our controller, and I will tell you how can you define and how can you access your URL using Jquery, and how can you when you have 3 fields, when you are receiving 3 fields from your controller, how can you pass these 3 fields to the models, and how can you show the results to the user that your data has been successfully inserted. So wait, we are defining each and everything from scratch. It's a CRUD operation series using Codeigniter, using Ajax in Codeigniter. Thank you for watching.